All right, so I'm here with J-Train for the news, which you've never been on.
No, I have not. I've been asked to, but it's always been too late.
Do you even watch the news?
Every now and again.
All right. So I guess we'll just jump right into it. The first news story is that can you pronounce his name?
Uh,
Chiron.
Chiron Gillen, I think.
Okay.
This is from Thor and Generation Hope, which are both, I'm guessing the both the new ones, because I Generation Hope's out of the current X-Men thing, and I'm guessing he's written some Thor one-shots.
No, he's the guy who's just leaving Thor.
Oh, okay, then he's a miserable writer.
Yeah. I haven't read that Thor, but you've said it's really bad.
Well, it's just way too wordy. Like he
Oh,
make
well, then they're pairing him up with the perfect guy.
Well, that's the thing about Fraction. Like you, I'm not fond of him, as we all know. But like Brubaker, everyone's like, oh well, all Brubaker did was clear up the language, and I'm like, well, then that worked. You're bringing in another wordy guy to work with a guy whose main problem is he needs to cut the crap and have somebody hit somebody.
I actually, not having read Gillian's run, or Gillian, or how you pronounce that guy's name, um, on Thor or anything, actually, what I read of Fraction's run, it definitely feels like he needs someone else on the book. He's, he's telling like seven stories at once, and each issue you're getting about 2 pages from each of those stories. So hopefully bringing somebody else on will give a little bit more coherency to what he's doing. Um,
This
But this cover that they have here intrigues me. I don't know what this is, but it
is
looks
that the
interesting.
leader?
I don't think so because Leader's green.
Well, that's what I thought, but I don't know who that is.
I don't either, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm digging the fact they had their G1 costumes on. It's not enough to make me pick the book back up. I'm on X-Men now, which hasn't been thrilling me, but still, I'm not gonna stop mid-book and
I
switch
was
to X-Men.
on an Uncanny for 2 issues, and I only dropped it because of money. I was kind of digging what was going on. It was just, it was a little wonky. But all right, so the next story. Do you want to read it?
The Atlas comics,
Yeah,
apparently, which I don't recall it. They say it was like a big contender back in the day.
yeah, but if you read it, it's only for a year.
Yeah. Well, why did it close if it was such a big contender after a year?
I don't know, but apparently Atlas Comics was this other comic company started by the founder of Marvel Comics, which was intended to to be like a rival company with Marvel. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of any of these characters.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, oh, it was set to topple Marvel, and it was so good. And I'm like, I've never heard of it to be so damn good. I mean,
Uh,
this feels like a Century thing to me. Like they want people to think it was there, so they'll buy the books when they come out, and they're like, oh, yeah, guys, they're all new.
yeah, but you could probably look back and find that they did exist. I don't know. But what I thought was weird in this article is that they said
Larry
mm,
Hama was a creator.
so was Steve Ditko. I think Atlas might have been where he created uh, Mr. A. Yeah. But hold on, there was something I thought was interesting was I'm trying to find it. Something about where they're like coming back. Oh, here we go. They will find a new life in comics, television, and movies. Big comic books aren't getting television and movies. Do they really think that they're going to get that?
I
Eh,
mean, the Cape isn't a part of this, is it?
no.
And the
No,
Cape hasn't even come out yet.
no, but that's new content. I mean, we're not getting any Marvel or DC television shows. We are getting Fables and Walking Dead, but still, those are a little bit easier to adapt than, say, a superhero or something. And movies, I guess, maybe.
Well,
But
there's rumors of a Punisher show lurking, but no one's really said
yeah.
anything.
I remember hearing about that. All right. So the next article is that Black Panther is the new Man Without Fear. So
Okay, I
apparently,
have one big question about this right off the top. Is
Okay.
this going to be one of those Incredible Hulk becomes Incredible Hercules for like 10 issues bull crap, or is this going to be from now on this book is Black Panther?
I don't know. Because we have starting in January is Daredevil Reborn, which is going to be like a 6 issue mini, which is written by Andy Diggle. So
Who is
I
writing
don't
the book now?
Andy Diggle.
Yeah, I said that. Who's writing the book
Yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I respect two things about this. First, I like that they changed it to Black Panther, and they didn't like cancel Daredevil and then start a new Black Panther. Uh, Although on the other hand, I have a feeling that they know this is temporary and they don't want to fuck up the fact that they just renumbered the book. The other thing is, I definitely respect that they're keeping him Black Panther and not making him Daredevil.
Well, my thing is because we had multiple advertisements. Like I don't touch Black Panther as a character. Nothing bad about him. I just never have had any
Yeah, me
interest
either.
in him. But like Craven was apparently up for the running to be the Man Without Fear, and I'm like, yes, I'd love that.
I wanted it to be Gambit, but the thing was, like with the advertisements, I'm like, did they just like pick random characters and throw at a dartboard? Like what made those characters contenders for the Man Without Fear? What made Black Panther the pick? Like I don't understand what connection he has to. Like why is he coming to Hell's Kitchen? I know I read somewhere that like he got kicked out of Wakanda, but what
Well,
makes him go to Hell's Kitchen? Like I don't know. It seems weird to me.
well, they did that whole thing a while back where they're like, who's going to be the new Black Panther? So it's kind of like,
Apparently it's his
oh,
sister.
yeah, I thought it was going to be Storm.
Yeah, no, but apparently it's his sister. I read a slight interview with the person who's going to be writing this Black Panther book, and apparently his sister is officially Black Panther, and because that's like a tribal thing, he's not actually going to be referring to himself as Black Panther, but everyone else will.
Huh.
So, I,
Well, I
I
don't know. I'll stay on the book for a while at least, give it a try, see if it ever becomes Daredevil again, if
de
nothing else.
depending on my on where my money is, I might pick this up to try it. If I hear good things, at the least I'll check it out and trade. Its
All
next
right.
two articles are actually one.
Yeah. The Falcon. It's a picture of the Falcon and a picture of Elektra, and it says "Wings for Hire." And what does Elektra say?
Assassin for Hire.
Yeah.
It's Wingman for Hire and Assassin for Hire, which we found out today because we're recording this kind of late. Is actually for Heroes for Hire. Although Assassin or not Assassin, Hawk. The Falcon is not in the picture for Heroes for Hire that came out today. But
Yeah.
apparently there's going to be a new Heroes for Hire book. And the only connection it has with the old one is that it's got Iron Fist in it.
Let's talk about the fact that this Heroes for Hire team is almost as random as the original Champions team.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why didn't they just call this Champions?
Because the original Champions was just like every character that didn't fit anywhere else. It was Hercules, Black Widow, Iceman, Ghost Rider. And it was
Here,
like, who?
here we have Iron Fist, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Punisher, and Elektra.
Okay, Iron Fist is supposed to be there,
Well,
really.
yeah, he's the only character that is.
But like, how the hell is Punisher on there? Like, Punisher has this whole thing about like, I'm not taking money for what I do. What I do is above that.
That's true. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna lump this in because we are technically doing this late, so new information has arisen. I guess we can talk about the Heroes for Hire thing. I don't know. The idea is so far out there. I really I'm really interested. Like I'm definitely picking this book up because like just all of the characters on here don't go together, and that interests me. Like none of them fit together. With the exception of Punisher and Ghost Rider, I'd be surprised if any of these characters had ever met each other.
Well, I'm gonna pick it up for two big reasons, which is I buy anything with Ghost Rider in it, and I've loved Iron Fist ever since this book got canceled, and they're gonna have a hell of a writer to pull this off and not have like all the
Well, it's
characters
it,
fighting
it's
for
Abnett
time.
and Lanning, and I've never read Abnett and Lanning stuff. Uh, they've mostly been writing all of the cosmic universe. But I've heard
What, like
fantastic.
Nova?
Yeah, that they Nova.
I
Um,
dropped Nova.
Nova,
Not out of them.
Annihilation, Guardians of the Galaxy, all that stuff is Advent Landing.
I didn't drop Nova out of just wanting to drop the book. It was one of those issues where I didn't pick up my pull for a few weeks and I lost my books, and after that it was just too much of a pain to go back and buy them again.
Right, right, right. But yeah, so they've been doing the Cosmic Universe stuff, and I've heard nothing but good things. So
Well, I just don't think
I'm interested.
yeah. I really I like that initial team they've got there. Like I don't think the Falcon needs to be added to that picture.
Neither do I. I really dig this team. If not for any other reason than the fact that no one belongs there. And anything to get Ghost Rider monthly, not written by Jason Aaron or Daniel Way, is a good thing.
I know. Okay,